Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy! Welcome back to more Pokemon Platinum. Last time, we arrived here in Solaceon Town and we visited the ruins, which were quite out of place in this here town out in the boonies in these parts. Every Sunday, I visit the Lost Tower. Yeah, well that's what we're doing this time. We're gonna be heading to the Lost Tower. We could have technically headed here a little bit sooner, but, you know, I wanted to have the HM defog before we came here as it would make our time a lot easier. This is where spirits rest. Please be quiet and respectful. Well, excuse me for having upbeat commentary in a haunted area. Yeah, it is very tranquil. This is the Lost Tower. There is a persistent fog that thickens the higher you climb. If you can't use the hidden move defog and you have no business here, there is no need to go up. Yeah, what she's saying is partly true. In Platinum, this area is not required. You don't have to come here for anything. But in Diamond and Pearl, it is required. By climbing this, you get an HM move that we haven't even seen yet. Not defog, but a completely different one. And someone left honey by the grave for their Pokemon. I guess honey's partly involved in the process of making flowers. Maybe they just didn't have a lot of money to buy something to pay their respects. It's kind of sad now that I'm putting it that way, but anyway, yeah. You don't need to come here in Platinum, but in Diamond and Pearl, you get a completely different HM you haven't even seen yet. This kid's great. And it just kind of goes to show how much they restructured this section of the game for Platinum, because we had Fantina not be the third gym leader in Diamond and Pearl, and now we have getting the HMs in a different order and all that stuff. We're not even going to be getting the HM that you get here in Diamond and Pearl for quite a while. It's just, this whole part of the game got completely changed around, and I personally think it's for the better. On that note, though, one of the few things that I'll say straight up that I actually like better in Diamond and Pearl instead of Platinum is the look of this area. It's really dark and, you know, this kind of like brick look, and there's like torches on the walls. In Diamond and Pearl, it's like grassy and really tranquil and all that, and I actually kind of like the atmosphere there. It fits the music a lot better if you ask me. But anyway, there have been a few things that I've been meaning to get around to. First off, I want to go over Bonsly and Mime Jr., two encounters you can get on Route 209 only in Diamond and Pearl. Bonsly! Very easy evolution here. This is a new evolution method of the 4th generation. Some Pokemon, if they are taught a certain move and then leveled up, they will evolve. In this case, it's Mimic that you want to learn. Bonsly gets Mimic at level 15, meaning you should be able to get Sudowoodo in just one level. As for the Pokemon itself, pure Rock type isn't the best for tanking, and it's especially slow even for Rock type standards. Plus, neither ability is going to get much use. If you want to raise it, you might want to consider teaching it some moves by means other than level up, because leveling up, all it learns is a bunch of Rock and Dark type moves, not much variety. The act following Bonsly is Mime Jr. It also learns Mimic at level 15 and evolves through the same method. So again, only a baby for one level. Why not just give us wild Sudowoodos and Mr. Mimes in that case? Anyway, this is a decent Psychic type between good special attack, special defense, and the moves that you would expect from the type. It's not exactly unique, but it's not really a bad thing to be a generic Psychic type attacker now, is it? Just remember, it's not a Fairy type yet. Other than that, if you take the good route to some earlier routes, there's some encounters you can get there that you can't get around here. One of which is Barboach, the water ground type. I don't like Barboach quite as much as Shellos, but you can't argue with that type. It's bulky thanks to having loads of HP, it gets Water Pulse soon after it's caught, can get Earthquake leveling up, not much else to say. It's pretty good, only weak to grass. And last up is Finneon. Do you remember that this thing exists most of the time? Well, with such gems of starting moves as Pound, Water Gun, and Gust, it's no wonder it often goes forgotten. Okay, seriously. It does learn Water Pulse soon after you catch it, just like Barboach. But it has such a horrible move pool, such low total stats, and just, it's the epitome of outclassed. There are so many other water types that do the exact same thing, only better. It's just, there's not any real reason for it to exist. We've had better water types for a while now. I guess its evolution's cool looking at least. Go over here, we got an item, we get a Revive. That's probably about the most morbid item to find in a graveyard that I've ever seen. I really hate to imagine images of children trying to use this on their Pokemon and wondering why it's not working. It's so sad, actually, now that I'm putting it that way. Let's move on and not speak of that again. Drifloon, do your stuff. Well, what? Wait, whoa. I like that cry so much. It's actually, I think it's an underrated Pokemon cry. No one ever really talks about that one. I think I'll switch around the party a little bit. How about, we have not seen Supernova or Curlia's Pokeball animations that we made last time, so let's do that. Send them both out at the same time in a double battle. I can't embarrass myself again, not in front of my girlfriend. I don't want to look bad again, not my boyfriend is watching. Guys, I got news for you. Whoever's idea it was to come here on a date is kind of a deadbeat as it is. Wow, did not mean to make a pun out of that. Bad taste joke is bad taste. Wow. Okay, Murkrow and Misdreavus sent out these two. I like that. So we got Supernova doing the singing. We got hearts popping out of Curlia. Kind of like to think of him as a bit of a pretty boy. I mean, he is somewhat feminine looking if you ask the Pokemon fandom. Let's use Return on Murkrow. And, oh, something tells me I shouldn't have used Curlia for this, but we'll try it anyway. Use, Confusion right there. Good thing I didn't switch out, otherwise that could have been a lot worse. As if this is not going to knock me out. Oh, wow! Curlia, if you could confuse and or crit right now, that would be really... Wow! Curlia, every battle I use you in, something like this happens. I love it. So good. Use Return there. I think I might as well just attack here because it's gonna do Pursuit anyway, or Wing Attack on Supernova. Sure. Whatever you want. Please hit yourself. Wow. This is going quite well. Maybe I'll heal Curlia up next turn. Maybe I should have done that this turn, but I'm not really regretting anything. This turn went very well for me. Supernova grows to level 29. Getting up there in the levels. Just about everyone's caught up as well. Because, yeah, Curlia is about to get that. You can attack, and why not? We'll use a potion. You've definitely earned it there, Curlia. You are so, so good. Let's use that. Now the best thing that I can hope for is that Misdreavus either hits itself, or Magical Leaf is enough, or both. Let's see. Fusion. Curlia is just a good luck charm. Really is. Like, if people are wondering why we still haven't given a nickname to Curlia, it's that I record these videos pretty far in advance, and at the time of recording this one, even though I haven't really had a lot of time to edit, which is why updates have been a little bit irregular lately, it's just that today was the day that I uploaded the video asking for Curlia's nickname, so if you're wondering why there's such a long turnaround process for the nicknames, that would be why. Kind of hoping it gets a nickname dealing with luck, though. Let's see, TM27 Return. So, we got another one of those to replace the one that we used on Supernova earlier already. Not too bad. And up here we have some fog. I can't see, the fog obscures everything. I wish fog could be blown away like the doubt in my heart. I can't see the... There's that mirror again. Sinnoh, I don't know what it is with you and mirroring things like that. I kind of wish there was a button you could press on the field to make it go away, but I guess we can all just as well go into the menu and do this like it's Gen 1 all over again. There we go. Oh, the fog is gone, and with it, all the doubt in my heart. This is my thanks. Don't be shy. Take it. We get the spell tag. That buffs the power of ghost-type moves. Not useful to me, but it might be useful to you. That Fantina, it's hard to tell what she's thinking, but she has a compassionate heart. You know she's a regular visitor. Let me make your journey out of this place less frightening. Take this. Get a cleanse tag. If you have that equipped to the front Pokemon in your party, you are less likely to have encounters. The Lost Tower is where the spirits of departed Pokemon are put to rest. Those that enjoyed long lives, those whose times were short. All the departed Pokemon shall find solace here. Ah, so that's why they call it Solaceon Town. Now I feel bad for calling it a weird name. I can't escape rope? Okay, I guess to be fair, we're not really underground so much as we are above it, but I can tie it onto like a tombstone and rappel out the window. Wow, I'm just going all around bad taste here. I'll meet you guys down at the bottom before I dig myself all... What is it with my unintentional puns today? I swear I'm not meaning to be disrespectful. Oh, actually, I figured I might as well make a footnote of this because I never verbally acknowledged it. Two of the battles that I did on the way up here. Youngster Oliver on the second floor, he has Barboach on his team, making him a trainer of interest that you'll want to fight. And that double battle of that odd couple on the fourth floor, young couple Mike and Nat, they have Misdreavus on their team, making them trainers of interest, even though only one of them actually has the Misdreavus. Still, we won't split hairs. I bet a lot of you were yelling at your screen for me to pick this up because I somehow didn't see it, even though I battled the trainer in order to get it. This oval stone will let you evolve Happiny into Chansey. Only really useful if you're playing Diamond and Pearl. Well, that could have certainly have gone better. In one sense, it did go pretty well, but in another, it definitely did not. Think I should go and heal up at the center real quick. Now that we're back outside, let's hop on our bike and head out to the north because we got nothing else to do around Scyther town. Route 210 is a bit interesting. You have this super tall grass that you can't ride your bike on. So even though I was just hopping on my bike and having a good time, can't do that. You are gonna need to get up those slopes and hopefully not run into these. I don't really need to battle you girls for anything. All is right in the world. I'm not battling those kids, and I also healed, but I do want to battle this guy right here. We have yet another trainer of interest. Look at the luster of my Pokemon's fur. I certainly hope you mean that in a harmless way. Let's see what you're talking about. Pokemon breeder Khalil. He has an Elekid in his team. We need to see that. His other Pokemon's also one that you need to see, so you get a 2-for-1. While we're battling him, we have 2 new encounters on this route, and I figure we might as well start going over those. Scyther is an excellent damage dealer and one of my favorite Pokemon in concept. Even if you can't trade to evolve it, I can still recommend Scyther because there are legitimate advantages to not evolving it. If it stays a Scyther, it'll be faster than its evolution and it'll be a bug flying type. If it evolves into Scyther, it will see a drop in speed in return for higher attack and higher defense, as well as the super defensive type of bug and steel. Technician is a super fun ability, and it actually starts with wing attack, allowing it to use that to its full extent. That's one reason you might want to keep it as a flying type, as it gets same type attack bonus. With legitimate advantages to not evolving Scyther, I really like this. I wish there were more Pokemon like it. In fact, if you don't believe me when I say that Scyther is viable, Scyther and Scyther have the exact same stat total, just distributed differently. And then second is Noctowl. Every type has its exceptions that challenge the common tropes, and Noctowl doesn't have much speed or attack like most normal flying types do, but rather HP and special stats. While that might seem wacky and random, it learns a lot of moves to support it. It gets Reflect, Confusion, Air Slash, lots of things. Even though I think Staravia is a better Pokemon when talking about the general normal flying type, Noctowl definitely has its place as a supporter Pokemon on the team. So, I don't know if you saw, but something kind of cool happened in that fight. Clefairy got paralyzed. Yeah, that is actually kind of a cool thing. I don't know if this was intentional because it only was in 4th gen and they rectified it in every game after that, but if your Pokemon has Magic Guard like my Clefairy does, it's impossible to ever see the text, so-and-so is fully paralyzed. It is immune to full paralysis. It still gets its speed cut in half from being paralyzed, but it will never be fully paralyzed, which is really neat. So I'm gonna heal that off. Be careful going through here. I wanna get this. Super Repel. Well, that's always got a welcome place in my inventory. I think for now, we'll just kind of go around a little bit more and just see what other items we're able to get. I thought my other Repel was still in effect somehow. Took the liberty of throwing up a Repel. Okay, yeah, not throwing up in a traditional sense, thankfully. A Spareberry. I think this is one of the ones that lowers stats I'm wanting to say. Let me check that real quick before I go spouting things. Spare. Oh, wait, there. What am I thinking? That was Defrost. I already had 42 of those dang things. What am I even thinking when it comes to these berries? What are you? Because you're a Raz, figured as much. And then I think the last one is... I'm not even going to try to guess this one. Pineapple. Okay, so we already had all these. But on the note of my berry inventory, can I just say something? I forgot how good this game was. I haven't been able to record too terribly much lately, but I've missed this game when not recording it. That I've been doing daily events and breeding berries and stuff like that in my spare time when I'm not recording. I carry this game around in my 3DS so that I can play it more. Like, if my berry counts are any indication, you can see just how enthusiastic about this game I've been. Taking a rest. If I were a bird Pokemon, it would be a roost. Haha. You should rest up too. Hey, I like bad jokes. You like bad jokes. You don't have to be coy around me. TM51 teaches Roost. That's a recovery move that most flying types can learn. You recover half your HP without needing to use an item, but you're susceptible to ground type moves within the same turn of using it, so it's a little bit out there in its usage. It's still a good move though, and hey, if you wanted to catch a Noctowl around here, that's definitely a great move for it, considering it's really tanky. I think I want to battle you. I'm a rookie breeder, but I'll do my very best, like no one ever was. Let's see, so I think your Pokemon breeder, let's see, Amber, yes! You are another trainer of interest. Both of her team members are also things you want to fight for your Pokedex. But while we're taking her on though, just, on the note of just how enthusiastic and just how much I've been playing this game, like my playtime from just doing daily events, going underground, playing side modes and stuff like that when I'm not recording, I have 27 hours clocked and I have 3 freaking badges. Like, I don't know. Like I said, this was my most played Pokemon game of all. I had over 1,000 hours on Diamond and a couple of 100 hours on Platinum, but just, I didn't remember this game being as good as it was, and like, this makes me look really forward to a Sinnoh remake if they ever do one, because what I've been noticing is every single complaint I have with this game, and every complaint that I see people have with this game, is related to like battle speed and technical limitations and that kind of thing. If they could remake this game and unshackle it from those things, it would be amazing. I think Sinnoh is really underrated. I always thought that, but I didn't realize just how underrated. Also, another way that Sinnoh is great is best obstacle ever for keeping you out of a route until later. Psyduck are standing firm. They aren't inclined to move at all. They're not even gonna talk to me. Okay, fine, I'll do it for them. Psy. Okay, no, I love Psyduck so much. Over here, we have the Cafe Cabin freshly squeezed milk. Well, how about we try to see what's going on here? If you've never seen the episode of the anime that is based on this area, you owe it to yourself to see it, if only for some hilarious imagery. How you doing? What you have? Of course, all we have is Moo Moo Milk. Moo Moo Milk is $500 a bottle. I will take a dozen. Moo Moo Milk is an excellent recovery item for the money. It makes super potions dang near obsolete. Yeah, 100 HP of recovery for only 500 Pokemon dollars. Compare that to the super potion being 50 HP for 700. This is a place you want to mark on your map. It's a little bit out of the way, but that's fine. It really is. This is better than any kind of potion that you can buy for the money right now. Moo Moo Milk is something that can help you throughout your entire adventure. It's really that good. Other than that, you can battle some trainers in here, but none of them are necessary for anything. You don't really get anything for battling them, and none of them are trainers of interest, but I figured I would note that you can battle these trainers anyway, in case you want to get a little bit of extra experience, which maybe I will between episodes. And also, I can't really knock them for their choice of Pokemon. Clefairy really is wonderful, as I've seen. Ugh, but I can knock you on your choice of ability. Man, you missed out not going for Magic Guard. But on the note of Clefairies and freshly squeezed milk, interpret that however you will, I think we're all done here. We explored the Lost Tower, got some really useful items, had some good battles, saw a lot of Pokemon for our Pokedex, got some TMs and some really good stuff in general. Yeah, I think we're doing great. Next time on Pokemon Platinum, because these Psyduck are in our way, we're going to be continuing on our adventure, heading out to the east and hopefully catching up to Barry. See you guys then.